that ball.
Rambo Radio with your host, Gen T.
Fuck, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, fucking Jen is a warlord.
I'm fucking coming for you!
Now I feel poo coming out of my bum. So it's a lot right now. Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Rambo Radio. I am your host, Gen T, Twitter and Instagram at Gen T523. We say Twitter here, okay? Who is X? I want to know, has there ever been an X that you have liked? Maybe ecstasy? Yuck. No thanks. How about an X? Yuck. Even more. Yuck. Nobody likes X. Maybe X marks the spot for the buried treasure inside, but when you open it, it's a steaming pile of garbage. That's right. So we say Twitter here. We have a riveting, terrible show for you today, so we will get right to Customers of the Week. This was kind of a weird guy. Kind of an older looking white guy, kind of grandpa, looking like Yosemite Sam. And he came in the store looking for his little vitamins, and I didn't like his energy, his energía in Espanol, if you will. And I said, I got to get out of here. So I would just pretended like I wasn't working there, even though he could tell because I had a duster in my hand. I was like, damn it, God, no wonder you think I work here. Son of a bitch. I don't work here. I just found this duster, and I am just occupying my time. Excuse me, can you hear me? Excuse me, can you hear me? I was like, yeah, I can help you. How many pills are in this bottle? It says right here, 60. I'm like, okay. How many times are you going to drink this? Twice a day. And he goes, I'm like, 1 second, sir, I'm helping somebody else. Okay. And then he found somebody else to help him. He's like, how many beers I gotta take? Okay. I was just like, man, it's a bit of an attitude you got there. It's only 11 o'clock, Jack. So, I run and hide somewhere else. And, this old man, cause I got the weirdo vibes from Yosemite Sam here. He was in line and, for some strange reason, there was a a black guy who, of course, had some of the marijuanas, and might have been a wee bit paranoid. This black guy's kind of sketch, but I let him mind his own business. And as long as you're not stealing anything, whatever. And even if you are stealing anything, I don't get paid enough to even bother. So there we go. And besides, Gavin Newsom has passed a law here in California. I cannot do anything unless you steal over $1,000 worth of stuff. So it doesn't matter. As long as you're not stealing from my person or my vehicle, you're free to go. So this black guy comes in to get his little gallons of water, and he got his 2 pounds of chicken. And he was in line behind the Yosemite Sam guy. And I guess the black guy didn't put a little divider on the conveyor belt. So the guy's chicken ran into Yosemite Sam's vitamins on the conveyor belt at the check stand. And holy shit, World War III erupted. I mean, we're talking this is bigger than fucking Afghanistan, Ukraine, Gaza, Palestine combined. Gramps straight up turned around and picked up my man's chicken and threw it. He threw out of nowhere. It was like this guy was possessed. He picked up this black dude's chicken and chucks it at the end of the conveyor belt. Keep your stuff away from mine. And then the black guy's like, yo. Hey, man. Hey, you touching my chicken? Hey, man. Hey, You must think I'm fucking straight or something, motherfucker. You talking about chicken? We ain't cool, bro. We ain't cool, fam. You don't ever touch a black man's chicken in hell. You understand me? Motherfucker, I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck you up. And then the fucking Yosemite Sam goes, why don't you go back to wherever you came from? Like, he's like, I'll show you where the fuck I came from, motherfucker. He's like, I'm gonna send you back to the future, Doc Brown, you bitch ass bitch. And I was like, yeah, great. These guys are gonna fight. It's been super boring here all week. I could use a fist fight. Contuver. Black guy was going off. So then two of my bosses comes up. One of them is a female, and she goes, excuse me, sir. Can you not use foul language in here? I'm going to have to ask you to not use foul language and lower your voice. The fuck I am. This motherfucker threw my groceries. What if my 90-year-old mom was in here with her cane? He gonna throw her groceries too? This guy's a bitch ass bitch. I'ma fuck him up. Meanwhile, we've got 3 registers going, and there's lines. So we're fucking busy. And now these two start fighting, and everyone's like frozen. They're like, ah. And then some little old white lady, she's like, oh my God, are we gonna be able to leave? Oh my God. And I was like, girl, shh, be quiet. I'm trying to listen. So then my other boss, who, oh boy, we had a little situation earlier the week. He keeps harassing me, and it's not a sexual harassment. It's just he keeps constantly asking me to do things that are already fucking done. And I'm just like, micromanagement and hovering. Listen, I already got a mom who does that. I don't need you to add to the plate, okay? I've been getting that my whole life. Don't appreciate that. I've worked here for 20 years. I have earned the right. If I'm doing something, I'm fucking doing something. You don't need to tell me to go start doing a whole bunch of other shit, because that shit's already done, bitch. Okay? So he kept asking me to do these fucking tasks that were already done. Okay? Only because he was bored and he couldn't stand the fact that I was busy working on a project he did not assign me. But I already know it needs to be done because nobody else would do it anyway. So, that boss comes up who has, which there's nothing wrong with that. He spent a little time in jail, but he's a born-again Christian. God bless you. But I don't know too many Christians that when they walk in a room, they slam the Bible down to get attention. How many Christian people do you know that love and respect the Bible? They love and respect the Bible. Slam it down on the desk every fucking morning when they walk in. Like, okay, we get it. I thought, Jesus is omnipresent all around. We don't need to feel the force, fam. We got it. God bless him. Nice guy. But he just comes in with this fucking weird ass energy. I'm like, bruh, it's a little too much. I've been around, I've grown up in Christianity, raised up a Seventh-day Apprentice. And let me tell you, nobody in my life ever slammed a Bible down. Okay? Never. Not one fucking person I know slammed a Bible down. So I don't know what that's all about. You're trying to get attention from the Lord, from people. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not biting. So I usually just, as soon as I hear the Bible slam down, I'm like, I'm out of here. Deuces. Next stop, the bathroom. So he's already got this weird persona, my boss, and God bless him. He's a man of God. Nice man, but it's just the switching between the I'm a pit bull to I love the Lord. I can't. You either love the Lord and you're just going to be nice and humble like some other people in there who are just quiet, and I don't even know if they love the Lord or not, but you don't even know they're there. But when you need them, they appear and you're like, thank you. You are a breath of fresh air. You are so helpful. This motherfucker comes up. He like them cats at the gym who fucking they can't put their arms down to their side because they think they're so buff with their invisible muscles. So this boss comes up and he's got his arms fucking extended out like a fucking jabroni. And when he first started working there, he was like, "Oh, you do fighting? Yeah, I bet you. Yeah. So you're all into martial arts? Do you know ATG Matrix?" And I was like, "The fuck is that?" I do real martial arts, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, Sambo, Greco-Roman wrestling, Lethway, Taekwondo, Aikido, fucking Karate. ATG, what the fuck is that? ATG Matrix. I do the ATG Matrix, and it's all about pressure points and And I was like, all right, player, you on some McDojo shit? I ain't down with that. I was like, you wanna have a conversation about real arts? Let me know. So anyhow, he comes up there with the fucking arms he can't put down and whatever AGT Matrix he gonna do on this black guy. And the black guy's like, "I work security. I know what you're trying to do to me right now, sir. And I'm telling you, I have every right to be mad at this man for touching my groceries." And he's like, "Sir, I'm just gonna need you to calm down. Hey, it's cool. Why don't we go for a walk?" I'm like, okay, well, maybe this will work, okay? So Yosemite Sam leaves. The black guy goes and gets his little water out of the water machine. And he's coming up. He's like, "No, man, it's cool. It's cool, man. I used to work security. I know what you're doing. You think I'm going to cause trouble? I'm not going to cause trouble. I just had a problem with that guy touching my groceries." And then my boss was like, "Yeah, so I can't put my arms down, but no, it's cool. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's all right. We just want to make sure that, you have a pleasant shopping experience. And but you're also, we don't want you to affect other people's shopping experience as well." And he's like, "Oh." The black guy's like, "Oh, see, they don't know." He took a step back and he's not even looking at my boss anymore. He goes, "Oh." And he starts swaying his head side to side like fucking Stevie Wonder. He goes, "These motherfuckers have never seen crazy before. And I was like, oh my God. DMX, my dog's butt, jigger, my nigga, but oh, that. The ghost of DMX was inside of this man. He was just pacing back and forth and bobbing his head like fucking Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles. If Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles and DMX jacked off into a cup and gave it to Cardi B, good Lord, it would be this guy. Oh, hell no. These motherfuckers don't think I'm crazy. You're going to see some shit. You're going to see some fucking shit. You never see nobody get crazy. I'm going to get fucking crazy. But he was being real quiet. And I was like, oh, fuck. And he came to the register. I was like, sir, did you want a bag for your chicken? Because I don't want to touch your chicken if you're going to get fucking crazy. He's like, oh, yeah, a bag is just fine. He's like, yeah, no, I know what you guys are doing. I know you think that I'm going to cause trouble, but my only problem's with that white guy. He was touching my stuff, and I don't like it when people touch my stuff. And I was like, okay, fair enough. He's like, he threw my chicken to the end of the conveyor belt. It was none of his fucking business. And he starts walling out again. I was like, uh-oh. And then so he's walking out, and then my boss goes, "So yeah, sir. So if you want to continue to shop here, I'm gonna have to ask you to refrain from using that language and keep your voice down because it's disturbing to other customers." And he's like, "The fuck I am? You ain't gonna tell me to do shit. I shop here too. I spend money here. The fuck I am? This guy's gonna touch my groceries." And I'm like, what? Are you blocking the door? Let this man leave. You don't want to cause any more of a scene. And you're just making more of a scene by telling him some bullshit. He knows. The white guy left. It's over. And now you're bringing him back. And then my boss comes up with the fucking arms he can't put down. He goes, "Yeah, so my manager said that you can't be acting like that." And here he goes, "I know. I work fucking security. I know what you're doing. You've never seen crazy before. I could get crazy in here. But it's with that white guy. He left. So leave me the fuck alone." And I was like, oh my God. Holy shit. And this sweet little old white lady's like, oh my God. Is it safe to leave? And I was like, you should be fine, ma'am. He had a problem with another customer. That customer's gone. She's like, oh, he just seems so very unstable. Like any moment he could attack anybody in here. I'm really scared. And I was like, it's okay. You're free to leave. She goes, well, now I don't want to leave you guys. Will you guys be safe? And I was like, we'll be fine. Nothing's going to happen. Don't you worry. It's almost close enough that we don't have enough staff to protect each other. I said, ma'am, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Go on ahead and leave. She's like, okay, well, I'm going to say a prayer for you guys and hopefully you'll make it out safely. Because that he's really sounds strange and scary. And the language, oh my God. Oh, terrible. I was like, it's okay. We're all right. Have a nice day. And he's like, the fuck I am, bitch. I'm gonna fuck all of y'all up. And I was like, yeah. I was like, dude, let's go. I'm like, get you two managers, get out of his way. Why are you stopping him from leaving him? They were blocking the door to try and like scold him after the fact, which was a whole nother situation that I got into with a lady just before that, but trying to scold the guy after the fact. He's a grown-ass man. What are you going to do? You going to tell him not to shop in there? He didn't steal anything. He was trying to buy his groceries, and that fucking schizo guy chucked his shit. He's turned around and scooped up his chicken and threw it, okay? This chicken had wings again and took flight and flew the fuck away. Anybody else who that would happen to would fucking have a meltdown too. If you're gonna touch my shit and not even just like move it to the side or kind of scoot it back, no, this motherfucker threw it, picked it up and threw it. Okay? You're gonna have a problem. You're gonna fucking lose it on this guy. I promise you. I promise you. I don't care who you are. You might be Mother Teresa, but somebody's throwing your food at the end of the conveyor belt from the front to the back, oh, you're going to be pissed for sure. For sure. So anyhow, so speaking of shame. So this lady, she came in there looking for some fucking Irish moss or whatever. She's one of Nipply Hustle's Dr. CB. We got black people that got to buy the sea moss. They don't want to correct their diet. They want to keep eating trashy food. But they found out that sea moss is the miracle cure to everything. So they want to just get their sea moss and smoke their blunts and drink their Hennessy and have their chicken and waffles and be like, this sea moss gonna cure me. I lead the sea moss from Nipply Hustle and Dr. Sebi. That's why they killed my boy Nipply and Dr. Sebi, because they found out that sea moss is a cure for everything. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. So she comes in the store and she's like, why the hell did I come here? I never know where nothing's at. I shop at your Riverside location. I'm like, well, you're in Loma Linda, so maybe get back in your car, turn on Waze, and go to Riverside, because we don't need that here, please. I'm looking for the seat balls. And I was like, here it is. Y'all don't have the powder? And I said, yeah, we have these two here. That's not the one I buy. And I was like, oh, well, we don't have it. We're out. Sorry. Take care. Goodbye. You know, and I completely forgot we have a whole nother section with the sea moss in it, okay? So she goes, let me get somebody who's experienced. Let me get somebody who's experienced. And I was like, go for it. Nobody's stopping you. Goodbye. I'm walking away. I don't have time for this shit. So she goes and gets another coworker who's been working there for 30 years. Pardon me. I've only been working there for 20. Apparently 20 is not enough. She needed somebody who's been working there for 30 years. So anyway, he talks to her, he helps her, he gets her all calmed down. Then she comes back and she goes, see, I found it. See, I told you, you were wrong. And I said, ma'am, I said, people make mistakes. Calm down. People make mistakes. It's okay. I'm glad that you found that, and I'm glad that you had a pleasant shopping experience. Take care. Goodbye. No. It's right here. You be telling people the wrong thing. And good thing I found somebody who's experienced. See, I need to see familiar faces in here. And I found somebody experienced. And I said, okay, well, 20 years here of experience tells me people make mistakes. You have a blessed day. Goodbye. Yeah. But I'm just telling you that Somebody with experience found what I needed. You didn't know. And I was like, goodbye. People make mistakes. Goodbye. Have a blessed day. Okay, girl, I'm going to go to the Riverside store. I don't even know why I come in here anyways. I never know where nothing's at. And I said, yeah, goodbye. Take care. Hasta la pasta. Okay, what? You're not listening. And, of course, she didn't want to listen. And that's why I just kept repeating myself until she would leave. I'm like, listen, I've worked here for 20 years. People make mistakes. It's part of the game. If 20 years didn't teach me anything, if I never made any mistakes, guess what, bitch? I wouldn't be here talking to fucking you. But I am, because I made a mistake, thinking that this was a good job. Holy shit. Well, I was just like, girl, get it through your head. You said it yourself when you started the conversation that you didn't even know why you came to this location. You always go to Riverside. Looks like you made the mistake first, bitch. So if we're going to out-mistake each other, okay, we 1 and 1. And I'm also 1 and done. Goodbye. Yeah. Choke off. Then the best part. Man, this was a tough one. I'm going to need all my parents. Who listen to this podcast. I'm going to need y'all to respond to me because I'm sure at one point your child was very, very, very little and was so sick that they didn't have the words in their vocabulary to articulate what exactly is going on. You just know that they're sick and something's wrong. So this lady, God bless her little soul. She's one of these hippie people that don't believe in doctors. And, they're using the old recycled cloth diapers and stuff going on. I'm like, okay, girl, whatever. You want to live off the grid? Cool. But don't be surprised when your child acts so wild. You can't do nothing about it, Jack. Because they need some civilization. There's a reason why we left all the muskets and tobacco plant behind, Jack. Holy smokes. Oh, man. So this chick coming from fresh off the Pinta boat. 1592, Jack. She's like, so, my what appeared to be a 2-year-old. Who knows? Because she doesn't give it a medical attention, so we don't even know what the hell going on. That thing could be 4. She don't know. She's like, so, my 2-year-old, she's got a ear infection and some congestion, and she's teething. I've tried different vitamins and nothing seemed to work, and I'm just really nervous and scared. What vitamins? I'm looking for maybe some sort of, eardrops or some nasal sprays for kids. Do you have anything? And before she even saw, because she's just holding the child, I looked at her face and there's blood pouring out of her face. And I'm just like, all right. Well, this lady's a schizo because any mother, and maybe she didn't see it right away, but if your child has an ear infection, your child is congested, those are just your guests. You don't even really fucking know. Why don't you go to the urgent care and have them run some tests, get her all checked out, and make sure she's okay? Why are you trying to run the risk and play this guessing game with your 2-year-old child? You don't know what's wrong. So immediately I'm like 911 on this bitch because there's blood pouring out of her child's face. So I said, I don't really have no kind of kid vitamins like that for all that going on. I do, but it says it's for 4 and up. So she goes, oh, well, maybe I can do half of the child's dose. And I was like, maybe, but, maybe you should take her to get checked out. And she goes, oh, yeah, well, I don't really like doctors. I'm just, trying to do things naturally. And I was like, oh, my God. I just felt like my man's from House with the episode where the fucking parents were like, we don't take the kid to the doctor, and then now he's got some weird bacterial infection. He's gonna die. Save the baby. And then Dr. House just eats a bunch of M&Ms and walk away with his cane. He's like, fucking idiots. I feel like that. I feel like Dr. House, but I'm not a doctor. Okay. So I'm like, ma'am, I'm not a doctor, but that sounds like a whole lot going on. What, she got ammonia? What if she got fucking, what's the other one? Fucking, just some fucking illness. God damn it. I just know that a child is in distress. There's blood pouring out of her face. It's not stopping. Okay. She needs to go to a fucking doctor. So I was like, oh my God. Did you need a tissue? And then she goes, oh no, I'll just use her dress. And I was like, yeah, what? Bitch. What the fuck are you doing? I was like, use her dress. I was like, ma'am, I have fresh tissues sealed right here. You just get to open the thing. I'm giving them to you. Just open it yourself. Nobody has touched them. They're clean. What the fuck's wrong with you? She's like, oh no, I'll just use her dress. And she wipes her daughter's blood off of her face and her nose with the dress. And I was just like, it took every fucking fiber in my being not to deck this lady and then midair catch her child. You know, like they do on fucking Incredibles or some shit where they just punch the bad guy and hold the baby at the same time. I just wanted to punch her in the fucking head. I was just like, what? What on earth are you doing? You are supposed to be the mother. This child is trusting you to take care of it. It does not possess the ability to be its own advocate. It's relying on you. And you want to pull some fucking stunt like, I just want to give her some vitamins. Meanwhile, you're guessing. We don't even fucking know. This is what you're telling me. She's congested. She got fucking earache and she's teething and there's blood pouring out of her nose. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. She goes, oh, yeah, she bleeds a lot when she's teething. And I was like, well, I thought if we're teething, that's, going to become from the gums. I don't know nobody who's teething and their teeth come out of their nose. So why is there blood pouring out of your child's head? So I was like, okay, I got to go before I call CPS because this is fucking weird. And this lady has been shopping in there for many, many, many years. And it's very just... She was overwhelmed with one, and now she has two, if not three. And when she comes in the store, she's just, oh, la, 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 like just floating around. And one of the kids got a little tutu on, is nowhere near her. It's a good 20, 40 feet away from her, dancing around, knocking stuff over, doing whatever the fuck she wants. You're like, oh, don't touch that. Oh, which yogurt would you want? And then she starts screaming, ah, no! And then she goes, oh, you don't want this one? It's like, girl, you're the mother, okay? You're the mother. This isn't a fucking democracy. You pick the fucking yogurt. Plain, strawberry, or banana. Bitch, you eat all three or none at all. Pick one or you get nothing, okay? Do you want this yogurt? Ah! You want this yogurt? Ah! She'll go through all the fucking yogurts. And if you've been to my work, we probably got 40 feet of yogurt. Do you want this yogurt? Ah! Do you want this yogurt? Ah! Oh my God. What the hell? I'm sorry. Maybe it's just a cultural thing, but growing up in a black people home, there was no questions, okay? It was, are you hungry? Yes, here's some food. Goodbye. It wasn't like, do you want this or do you want that? It's no, this is what I'm making. You will eat this or nothing at all. It is a dictatorship. I just don't understand that there's more and more parents who are just like, which color do you want? Blue? Ah, red, ah, green, ah, ah. This lady has always been a space cadet, very overwhelmed, and I feel bad. But today was the day I was like, okay, I'm gonna need you to just give me your child for the week, and you go somewhere and learn how to be a parent. Because I'm not a parent, but I'm pretty sure this child is in trouble. I don't know. I can't recall of a time, and I meant to ask my parents, of a time where I was teething and blood was pouring out of my nose. I'm sorry. That's just not, it's not acceptable behavior. It's very alarming, and I would be in urgent care immediately. And just the fact that she didn't want to take a tissue from me because she didn't know where the tissue had been, but she was going to wipe her own daughter's blood on the daughter's dress. I was just like, oh, you fucking Momo. Get the fuck out of here. Get away from me. I can't deal with that shit, man. It's fucking weird. It's just unheard of. I've never seen somebody do that before. I'm like, what? Have you just given up? I don't understand. If you don't want to be a parent, put them up for adoption, girl. I don't know what's going on. But this is fucking weird. So anyway, I was just like, okay, well, you don't want to go to the doctor. Child has blood pouring out of her nose. She's got all kinds of sickness going on. You're just guessing. You're shouting out some things, but you're just guessing as well. You don't know because you're not a doctor either. Might I suggest urgent care? Thank you. Goodbye. So, shortly after that, some other nerdy white girl with a little side pony from the fucking Gem the fucking Gem cartoon. Gem, she's truly outrageous, doing amazing. Gem is my name, Gem. This bitch with a side pony, God bless her, sweet lady. She got caught up with this like homeless black chick who's schizophrenic. She comes in the store, she's like, and she goes, oh, excuse me, could you spare some change? I'm so hungry. I just want to get something to drink and maybe a little snack. And then the little side pony girl goes, oh, sure, I would love to help you. And then the black girl goes, I was watching the whole thing the whole time. So the poor little side pony girl, she's like, okay, so I'm this unhoused lady right here. I'm going to pay for her juice. And then the fucking black chick came up with fucking all kinds of candy bars and lemonade and shit. She's like, is all this fine? Can I buy all this? Is this okay? And the little side pony girl goes, this is totally fine. Get whatever you need. I really want to help you. And then she turned around to go grab some more protein bars. And she's like, I was like, oh my God. Meanwhile, what the little side pony girl doesn't know, 2 hours prior to this interaction, this lady was out walking into traffic. And mind you, traffic by my work, people, it says 40. People do 80 on that street, okay? It's a all-out drag race. People don't give a shit. They are driving to the max. It's like too fast, too furious outside in front of my work. So, old black schizophrenic was just walking into traffic going, and I was like, woohoo, what the hell is that? What's going on? I don't like scary movies, and that sounds scary. And then somebody honked because they almost hit her, and she goes, fuck yeah! I was like, Jesus God, this bitch is possessed. Walking in the middle of traffic. This green light for cars to turn. They start turning, and then she steps off the curb and is walking. She's like, fuck you! I was like, oh my God. So when she was in the store, I was like, uh-oh, I better alert management. So she was in the store pretending to be, on her best behavior. And so when she got a sucker, when she found somebody to pay for her shit, then she was like, so I was like, oh my God, it's Wendy the Retard. Put a black version of Wendy the Retard. So this lady was like, oh my God, I'm so glad it was fate. I'm glad that I came to the store. I was meant to help you. I feel so moved. And I hope that you have a blessed day. And she goes, oh, thank you so much. And she goes, can I have a hug? And then the side pony girl goes, certainly. And she gave her a hug. And I was like, bitch, she got cooties, Jack. What the fuck? I said, how the hell are you going to hug this homeless, schizophrenic, dyke-looking black chick wearing Vans and a big backpack full of booze? Big backpack full of Hennessy. But you're not going to hug me. Yours truly, Genty. I love hugs. I'm not an unhoused person. I don't drink. Please, give me a hug. And some money as well. I don't make that much money here. So she gave her a hug, and I was like, oh my God, I already know exactly what's gonna happen. This black chick gonna go out in the bushes and go. She's gonna jack it to this lady with the side pony. I was like, oh, you fucking dirty. You fucking bloody fucking. I know you. I know what you're up to, bitch. She's like, oh, may I please have a hug? As soon as she turned away from the girl, as soon as the girl didn't see her face, she would have a sinister look on her face, and she was fucking smiling like the fucking Grinch. And I was like, bitch, I will fuck you up. You fucking schizo. You're betraying this woman's trust. This lady's trying to do a nice thing for you, and you're trying to be a fucking schizo. Shame on you. And as soon as she got her lemonade, because she gonna mix that with whatever alcohol in her backpack, and her fucking all these protein bars, she ran outside and was like, just was like bouncing around the parking lot, dipping low, shaking up her juice, munching on her protein bars. And this poor lady that worked in the office next door, she was walking to her car, checking her phone, and then she heard, and she fucking booked it, Jack. That bitch fucking jumped out of her heels and got in her Honda and just put it in reverse. I don't even think that bitch looked. She just went too fast, too furious. I was like, wow. The level of fucking just pandemonium and craziness is going on. Some current events. Well, we had the breakfast anniversary for the parents, the mother and the father. We met at Caroline's Cafe, which is like the best breakfast spot in Redlands, California. Coffee cake, okay? It's not even about the food, really. It's about the fucking homemade coffee cake. Let me tell you something. I will hurt someone for that coffee cake. It's fucking good. So my mom was like, I want to try some new place. And of course, my dad loves the same old Italian place. And my mom's like, I want to try a new place for our anniversary. So we went to Caroline's, and so we pulled up. And, you know, my dad's got a Sequoia. It's kind of big, but not, okay? And Caroline's is fucking popping. I told them, I said, look, I get out of practice at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. is breakfast time. I will break my fast. I'm willing to break my fast for y'all. 8 a.m. We go meet over there, because the later it gets, this place is only open from 7 a.m. to 1. So the later it gets, the more busier this gets. This gets fucking packed, okay? My mom goes, I don't want to get up that early to have breakfast. I was like, fine. So then you pick a time. It's your anniversary. So she picks 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Bitch, now we're getting breakfast and the lunch crowd. Ugh. So we pull up to Caroline's, and it is popping. Okay. It is popping so hard. We had 40 fucking people in front of us on the wait list. I said, ma'am, may I please get a table? She's like, next available? I said, next available. Yeah, so you have 40 people in front of you? I was like, ah! I can't even say that number in Spanish. 40. Fuck. And I was like, yep, this is what the mother wanted. And I was like, congratulations. We're going to be waiting here for 2 hours. Oh my God, an hour and a half later. So my dad, he's like, well, I need a parking spot. So then there's nothing really close to the door, because it's a business plaza that is shared with a laundromat, about 3 or 4 other restaurants, a party rental place, the yoga, and then some government officials. So there's a lot going on in this plaza. So if you find a parking spot next to Caroline's Cafe, you park there immediately, okay? You fight for that. So my dad in his Sequoia confidence, he goes, "Oh, this parking lot, there is no parking. Everything is so full." And I was like, "Dad, there's 2 spots to the right." My mom goes, "There's a spot here, there's a spot here, there's a spot here." And then she goes, "Why don't you back it in?" No, listen, I do not believe in the Sequoia. It's too big. It's too big to park there. I was like, "Dad, listen, that's the whole point of having a Sequoia, is that you park wherever the fuck you want. You make your own parking, and people move away from you because your car's so big. You understand what I'm saying? So just park the bitch anywhere. Back it in, and let's go inside." He goes, "No, Jenny, I cannot park here. It is not a space I'm comfortable parking with." I was like, oh my God. So then he drives around to the next set of parking spaces, and I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, "Listen, you cannot park in this area because people have put up signs for their business, and they don't want people who are going to Caroline's to park there because then none of their customers have room to park." "Nonsense, Jenny. I'm going to park over here." And I was like, "Dad, do not park over here. You will get towed. Sign says, no Caroline's parking. Don't park here." He's like, "But there's a Sequoia, and there's plenty of room here." And I was like, "There's a reason there's plenty of room here, Dad. Because people that are going to the other businesses that are only going to be in there for a short amount of time need those parking spots. Caroline's, you're going to be in there for 2 hours." He's like, "I'm going to park here." And I was like, "Fine, I don't want to be a part of this. Let me out." My mom's like, "I need to get out. Darling, I don't want to be a part of this." And so we get out, and my dad parks in the fucking non-Caroline's parking. So by the time my dad hit the boop, boop on the Sequoia, we heard beep, beep, beep. And he goes, no. "Excuse me, sir. I did not know where to park. I won't park here." And he goes, "Yeah, sorry. This is, you can't park here if you're going to Caroline. So, I'm going to need you to either move it or I'm going to move it for you." He goes, "Nonsense, sir. I will move it. I'm sorry." Okay. So then by the time my dad goes back to get a second parking spot, more spaces open up. I said, "Dad, there's one here right by the door." My mom goes, "Here's another one by this tree by the door." And it goes, "Nonsense. They're too small. I'm going to park the Sequoia." This father of mine, this father of mine parked so far away. He parked an entire block, an entire giant city block. So we are, let's say you're at Walmart. Let me just use Walmart as a perspective. Okay. You know the entrance to your Walmart. Okay. So imagine parking in the driveway to where you turn into Walmart, and you just make a quick right, and then right again, you're in a parking spot. Okay. You know where the trucks park at? Okay. So my dad parked all the way on the other side, all way over there. I was like, dog, so you can imagine parking at Walmart at the entrance and then walking to the door, which is like another almost 2 Walmarts away. It's like 1.5 Walmarts away from the actual Walmart. Okay. This motherfucker parked like 6 Carolines away from the actual Carolines. I was like, dog, where did you park? And he's like, "Well, there's plenty of parking on the other side of this building." I was like, Dad, that's not necessary. Do you want me to save you a spot? I will stand in a parking spot and you can park closer. "Nonsense, Jenny. I'm perfectly comfortable where I parked." And I was like, oh my God. This motherfucker parked like a legit 10-minute walk. A legit 10-minute walk away from the restaurant. I was like, oh my God. Doc, you were worse than me. Usually I'll park 5 minutes away from the building because I just don't want people fucking with my car. And you know what? It doesn't even matter. People still fuck with my car, and I'm parked way the hell away from everybody. So anyhow, we get there, and my mom goes to sit in this chair that's empty, and it used to belong to another table that they're only using a certain amount of chairs. So my mom's sitting there because apparently she's showing her age, and she cannot stand for very long. She's got to sit down. God bless her. So she's sitting down, and she meets this 4-year-old boy named Josh and his 3-year-old sister, Rebecca. And I don't know if my man Josh has ever seen a black person before. Because I looked over, and he was petting my mom. He was like petting her hand, and then he was petting her neck, and I was like, motherfucker, You trying to be my stepdad right now? You're a fool. Back the fuck up. Get away from my mom, okay? And he goes, I need to see what's in your pockets. And I'm like, oh, so now you're a policeman. We don't like them around here, okay? And I went, wait a minute, we're in Redlands. Y'all love the policeman. Thin blue line. So he's like, I want to see what's in your pockets. And I was like, wow. And my mom's like, okay. And then I was like, Mom, come on. And she's like, oh, no, we're having fun. And then his mom was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. He's like, oh, no. And I was like, darling, it's perfectly fine. He's a sweet little boy. And it turns out my man just needed some attention. His mom was like fucking doing some kind of business program, and she got another kid in the stroller, and then the two were running around, and Caroline's is on a busy street, and she's not really watching them. So my mom was kind of watching them. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, yo, you need to pay attention to your child. I know you're working on the computer or whatever, but it's breakfast time. You can't tell me you can't take an hour to put your work on pause and have breakfast with your children. Just saying. Anyhow, so my man's Josh telling my mom, he's like, could you please tell me how many earrings you have on? Let me count them. 1, 2, 3. He was like counting how many earrings my mom had. And he was like, can you please turn your head so I can see your other ear? Just like counting them. And he's like, your skin is very shiny. He's like looking at my mom's skin and then like rubbing her hand. And then he was like trying to pat her down. I was like, oh my God, this guy's a police in training. Get the fuck out of there, Mom. Get out of there. But so turns out, I guess a lot of people like to give Josh stuff. So they have things in their pockets. So they like to play a game with him. So that's why he was fully investigating my mom. Either that or he was a fucking cop, reincarnated. And we got a problem. We got 4-year-old cops now. So he was just like, just watching him be hypnotized by my mom. And my mom was like talking to him and teaching him some stuff. And I was just like, man, the future is bright for young people. But the sister, who was 3, I'm not sure what was going on. Seemed a little on the spectrum there. She was rolling around on the ground and rolling herself right into the street. I was like, oh my God, we got a suicide bomber right here already, Jack. She's 3. This bitch is already rolling around. Not a care in the world. I'm like, girl, you're going to get killed, Jack. But damn, I mean, those 2 kids, I just seen my mom just be so happy to just hang out with them, even though they were strangers. We don't know these people. We never met them before. But my man Josh was obsessed with my mom. Just was like looking at her earrings, looking at her bracelet, like touching her bracelets, like rubbing her skin, trying to see what's in her pockets, like checking her neck. I mean, my man's was either a doctor, a policeman, or a lawyer all in one. Oh, man, but we had a good time. So the guy comes to take our order, and he goes, hey, how you doing? My dad goes, I want the 3 scrambled eggs with the country potatoes. And I was like, Dad, he just got here. He just wants to know what you're going to drink, okay? It's rude that you're just shouting out things and you don't even know my man's name. And he goes, oh, it's okay. I'm used to it. And I was like, no. This is a teachable moment. Just like my dad parked fucking 10 minutes away. This is a teachable moment. So I was like, God damn, man, get some etiquette, Jack. He just started shouting out the waiter. It's like, hello, sir. Would you like something to drink? I need 2 eggs and a country potatoes, please. Like, no. I asked you what you want to drink, okay? Because there are some restaurants where they just have the hostess bring the water, and then there's somebody else who actually takes your order. So my dad has not figured this out, and he's been on Earth for 79 years. So maybe one of these days he'll get it. Be patient. So, but it was just hilarious that my dad just kept driving around doing laps, looking for a parking spot, and half of the place was empty. Okay, half of the place was fucking empty, and he still parked a block away. God bless his little heart. Oh, I watched Mark Cavendish on Netflix. And man, that guy is a fucking psychopath on the bike. I mean, he was going over the handlebars, flying, getting elbowed in the face. He didn't care. He was going to win Tour de France. Crazy. I mean, I highly recommend Mark Cavendish on Netflix. I mean, there's a point where he hits a road safety cone, and you know those road pylons, they're probably about maybe 5-6 feet wide, full of water, and probably about maybe 4 or 5 feet tall. That guy hit that at probably 50 miles an hour and just launched into space head first, just like flipped like 3 times and then landed on the fucking road. I was like, oh my God, that guy's done. That guy's done. His nose was fucking shredded. His face was all shredded. Definitely concussed. And 2 years later, he wins Tour de France. Oh man, this was crazy. So I highly recommend Mark Cavendish. If you got some time and you want to watch some motivational documentary about determination, I mean, this guy was crashing every fucking race and still winning races. So kudos to him. I watched a total, this weekend was full of fights. We had UFC. We had, I don't want to call that a fight. We had Jake Paul, Dylan Dennis, KSI, Tommy Fury. Definitely didn't watch that. And then we had the granddaddy of them all, the fucking Olympics of Jiu-Jitsu was on. ADCC, Abu Dhabi Combat Club. This happens every 2 years. In the years in between, they do the trials to determine who's going to go to the finals. So my coach entered, and his bracket had over 260 people in it. Yeah! And if you want to go to the final, if you want to make it to the finals, you got to win eight, is it 8 matches? No, you got to win like either 4 or 6 matches in a row, and then they let you go to the finals. So, damn. So I was watching him compete, but most importantly, I've been studying jiu-jitsu because I love the game, and God bless it. Let me tell you something. I had a lot of people this week hit me up about Paul Dennis fight, and I said, do you find it a coincidence that you're hitting me up about a fake fight, but you're not going to hit me up to watch real fights? Like Muay Thai, Letway, Karate, Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, Sambo, American catch wrestling, Greco-Roman wrestling, something. You're not gonna ask me about real fights. You're gonna ask me about some fake fight. Come on, Jack. I was shocked how many people who don't normally watch UFC or Muay Thai or kickboxing or karate combat or real martial arts were asking me about this fight. And I was just like, I'm not watching it. Something's better on. When I tell you I watched 30 hours, 30 with a TH, 30 hours of jiu-jitsu this weekend, I did. It was from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I watched all of it. Okay, I must have fallen asleep about 10 times, but I watched all of it. I made sure if I fell asleep, I went back and rewound and watched the match again. These are the best in the world, okay? The Olympics of Jiu-Jitsu here. Those ADCC matches were 1,000,000 times better than that Paul Dylan Dennis fight, okay? 1,000,000 times better. Even if they went into overtime, they still got a winner. That fight, if that's what you want to call it, I'm calling it a circus. Okay, you're just getting people to pay money to not really see any boxing. You're just getting the kids to use their parents' credit card and pay for this atrocious fake fight. Ugh, disgusting. So I want to tell y'all, if you have YouTube, you need to YouTube ADCC. And that's a real fight, Jack. Now, you're not allowed to punch, but let me tell you, they go at it. Even the girls. Even one of the girls, even though you're not allowed to punch, there's a lot of movement going on, and I think the girl took an elbow to the nose. Broken. Blood pouring out of her face. I think she still won the match, even though she was covered in blood. So I highly recommend, if you do not know what ADCC is, go on ahead and do me a solid. Go to YouTube and watch that, and then come back to me. And I promise you, whatever ADCC fight you put on, whether it's an old one from the fucking early 2000s or a new one, it smokes. It smokes. KSI, Tommy Fury, or Dylan Panis, and Jake Poopy Paul Bros. I just want nothing to do with that situation. I'm not watching that until, they just completely shut it down. But it makes money, so people keep watching it, so whatever. But I'm telling y'all, I'm saying this with peace and love. please do me a favor and illegally stream any sort of Paul fight. Do not pay this man money. He already makes money. He's a very wealthy man living in Puerto Rico, tax-free. I don't think we should be paying. If you're not going to fight for real, then this is just a fake YouTube circus. Then it should be free. Hot take. We lost the beloved Suzanne Summers the other day. Suzanne Summers died at 76 years old, 24 hours before her birthday, her 77th birthday. And I just want to think about all the good memories we had of Suzanne, like, come on, knock on our door, we've been waiting for you, Three's Company too. That's where I got my start with the Suze. That's how old I am. I used to watch Nick at Night with my grandpa, and we would watch Three's Company. And young Suzanne Summers was on there. She was steamy. Then I used to watch her on Step by Step, a little family show with all those step kids and stuff. That was great. And then all the money she had made from acting, she took it and made it into a cosmetic empire. And she sells organic cosmetics at my work. But my most fondest memory of the Suze is she would shop at our Palm Springs location, and she would buy 60 pills, 60 vitamins. Well, no wonder you're dead, lady. There's too many vitamins, Jack. 60 of anything. I don't care if it's good for you. It's bad, okay? Stop. But most importantly, this was the icing on the cake. Old Suzanne Summers was getting collagen injections into her pushy to keep her young and youthful. She was fucking injecting shit in her fucking clitoris. Her meatus. Her feminine meatus. Unbelievable. Just, this bitch had so much money. She's like, I'm gonna, regular people eat collagen. Or regular people buy collagen cream. No, I'm gonna inject that into my mons pubis. Oh, Suzanne, God bless her. October 22nd is Suzanne Day, according to the City of Chamber of Commerce in Lima Linda. So they will honor her appropriately. And I will not be there for that. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. And then finally, man was riding his bike when he was struck by a car, and his testicle was dislocated and jammed up back inside his abdomen. Oh, dog, Jack. Talk about return to sender. His chum was like, there's no mail on Sundays. Back in you go. Who's the dickhead that almost ran him over in a car? Okay. Hit him so hard that his balls shot back inside of himself. Like, they were like, whoa, we're back to birth. Holy smokes, that is some kind of hit. Well, at least I'm glad the guy is not alive. At least I'm glad that the guy is alive and he's not dead. But damn, his dislocated nuts. Yeah. Ooh, Jack. That's terrible. My UFC picks. Let me give you my UFC picks before we go. I have UFC Abu Dhabi, so fights start at 7 a.m. Pacific and main card at 11 a.m. Pacific. We are on Abu Dhabi time. First, I have Sharbudin Magomedov, Victoria Dukakova, Nathaniel Wood, Anshuli Jubli, Cedric Dumas, Javed Basrat, Mohammad Yahya, Mohammad Maklev, Ikram Askarov, Magomed Angelov, and Khamzat Shamayev. Those are my motherfucking UFC picks. Bet with me, bet against me. Who cares? Let's watch some fucking fights. Yeah. All right, folks. That is going to do it for me. I will talk to y'all next week. Much love. But until next time, this is Rambo Radio. I'm out. Peace.